What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Love of the Game. Today, we're going to be doing a preview of the round of 16. It's with Paul, Sujay, and Anirudh is joining us today. So, guys, now Tuesday night, the this is, I don't know what to call this. This is like the battle of. Let's not go into the which battle.
No,
to
it is
call
nothing.
this.
It's a very straightforward thing. I mean, there are two normal teams, and there is one team. Yeah. Please continue.
So the thing is, like, you got Germany versus England, and this is happening in Wembley. It's happening
Yeah.
there. And the track record that England have had against Germany in major tournaments, forget warm-ups.
I would like to come in between here, Paul. I think this is where I should take over. So, Paul, coming back to you, what do you? I mean, like, I want your opinion on this first before you hear from both me and Anirudh. I want your opinion. So, let's name this segment as Paul gives his opinion on England versus Germany. Come on, Paul.
England versus Germany. So what do you want me to say, Jan? Like, both teams haven't played up to their potential. Both teams haven't had the most interesting game so far. Like, England, for God knows what reason, like God save the Queen, like they have been absolutely terrible at attacker. And
You can express yourself much more.
no,
I mean,
they've been terrible. And the thing is, you expected more from Harry Kane, you expected more from the team, and it's Southgate doesn't know what his best 11 is. He's still trying to figure that out, and that's the scary part. Like, you've got talent on the bench and you're not using it. And Raheem Sterling, bless his soul, he's not an out and out striker, and he's scored 2 goals for them. And
top
the rest
scorer.
of the midfield hasn't been performing well. You need a captain figure. You need a proper, like, someone who's going to put in a shift. You need a guy along with Calvin Phillips. You need a Henderson, but with Henderson, we don't know what's the state of his injury and stuff like that. And with the attack, it's not even dynamic. It's, you know what's going to happen. Go to the wing, cross it in, Harry Kane. That's it. But Harry Kane hasn't been informed. And with the German team, they played well against Portugal, but you have to look at how they've been performing. Yes, they've been building up. It does take, and a, I did say, like, they have a chance of playing better, and hopefully that it's not against the next game against England, because I do want England to win. But the mind heart says England, the mind definitely says Germany is going to come out of this. Germany is going to win this, because Southgate knows better than anyone else, because he missed the no, it was Pierce who missed the pen.
Final. What has happened after that?
After
Go
that,
to the
nothing's
Lampard
happened,
game.
man. They beat them 5-0, but over the past few years, unless the team changes, unless there are some additions done, and I think you guys would also agree, the attack isn't the attack that we expected it to be. You have too many talented players on the bench, and the guys, especially in the midfield, and this is the same true with Enrique in Spain, which we did in our previous video over here. The midfield is what's going to change for England, whereas the German team, they are set.
Speaking of Speaking of midfield for England, one thing we need to remember is that probably one of their best midfielders, Mason Mount, he has been unable to play the last couple of games because he had to be in isolation for coming in close contact with a player that had
Billy
a
Gilmore.
person that had COVID.
Billy
Right.
Gilmore from Scotland.
Yeah. So Mason Mount's going to be back. Ben Chilwell's going to be back. That midfield already looks a little better. So one thing we need to remember about England is that Southgate is providing greater emphasis on organization in the team rather than being, free-flowing, attacking kind of play. There have been a number of instances in the recent decade or 2 decades where the best organized team has been the team to win the tournament. Italy won the World Cup. Portugal won the last Euros. some time ago, Greece won the Euros. These were incredibly well organized but extremely boring teams. So I'm not overly worried that it's Raheem Sterling who's been getting goals, that Harry Kane has not been scoring. Harry Kane is a world-class striker. He will score at some point of time. But this England team is not set up to win 3-0 or 4-0. They would be happy with a 1-0. They're the only team in the competition to have kept 3 clean sheets in the group stage. And that is going to be a challenge for Germany. I have been a Germany supporter since probably 90, when they were still West Germany, competing in the World Cup. So from that time, I have been a Germany fan. The heart always wants Germany to win. I was in Germany, in Munich, at the time when they won the 2014 World Cup. Celebrated with them as if I was one of them. But this time, I think Germany have reached the end of the line. They have too many similar players. They have too many, players who don't have clearly defined roles. I believe Kimmich is not being used in his most productive, position. There's reliance on Kai Havertz to be scoring the goals. Of course, he's done a good job. Gosens has done a good job at being a left back who's bombing forward. That's his role at Atalanta as well, so he's familiar with it. But Germany have been frail. They let 2 goals through against Hungary. They were out of the competition until the last few minutes.
Yeah.
And then they scored and came back. Okay, so they could have a good day against England and win, but I simply cannot see past England for this one, as much as the heart wants Germany.
So you're saying this is the end of the German production line?
The line for this tournament, they have really good talent coming through. Probably the change of coach is going to bring about some change in their fortunes going forward. Joachim Löw has achieved a lot in international football. He's won the World Cup. He's brought Germany back to world-class level that they're used to. But he's announced that he's leaving. He's done a fabulous job. It remains to be seen who what the incoming manager is going to do. But if the new manager can even make the players perform to 60 or 70% of what they're capable of, Germany will be a force to reckon with for years to come.
Okay. Yo, troublemaker.
Oh, I'm the troublemaker now. Okay, I got both of you.
Paul, I don't think he's the troublemaker. I think he's just the trouble.
Okay, so yeah, okay. I think yes. I think both of you made valid points, but
Stop being
look at
politically
this game in a
correct,
totally
man. We
different
know
manner.
what you want to say. Say it out. Stop being
No, yeah,
politically
exactly.
correct.
No. Okay, come on, man. Okay, so no. The thing is that this is a game. This is such a tie. The build-up right now, if at all, see, this is a proper. Ani mentioned a point. It is this England is not built to win 3-0 or 4-0 game. We saw that with the first game itself with Croatia, wherein it was the first game. Both of them were the favorites to come through, and they knew it was a game of very, very less margins, and both of them did not wanted to lose that game. That is why it was a boring. We can say it was a boring game. That was what Southgate always had in his mind. He wanted to win the tournament. So in a way, he has actually taken on to Italian way of football or Italian way of winning a tournament. But to do a proper Italian job, you have to win the final match. It cannot be just something in between. So what I think actually will come into the dying moments here is the mentality of the group. I think Germany as a team, they have been performing in this tournament for so many years, especially in this. I think it is the experience of winning those crunch games in the knockouts. That is what will give an edge for Germany. Yeah, they did struggle against Hungary in the final game, and it was in Munich once again. So it was a bit surprising for me, but I would still say this game, somehow Germany, in spite of their obvious problem with not having a proper number 9, I think they are going to edge past England. It's just, I think England will have once again a very conservative formation, and the tactics will be very, very conservative once again to begin with. I don't see Jordan Henderson starting the game for England. If at all he starts, if at all Jordan Henderson starts the game, then he has the ability to marshal the entire English team in such a manner that they can cause an upset against Germany. Yeah, I said it here. I think England winning against this Germany will be an upset. But I don't know why Ane is. Yeah, I think he. Come on, man. Germany is going to win this game. I think Germans, they know when it is time to perform. They know how to win a football game. England, I'm sorry, Paul, you know this.
No,
But
you don't need to apologize, man. You just have to be brutal and say England haven't performed. But what's going to happen is, as what Ani has also said, it is the end of the production line, and I think you need to wake up and smell that Germany wasn't the team that Germany was, and Joachim Low, no matter what you say, hasn't been.
no, I still think
performing
no, I
well,
still
and
think that Germany are winning this Euros. I just don't know how, but I hope so. I'm not spectacularly wrong right now guessing here that
oh, wait, I'm waiting for
Germany
this,
are
man.
going to
The
defend
reason I'm waiting for this match is once Germany lose, you're
Oh,
done for.
oh, okay,
The
okay.
prediction
Let's see.
was France and Germany in the final because you were like, Das Mineshaft. Yeah.
Let's see. No, they will be meeting once again in the quarterfinals itself, if at all, as things look right. Sorry, in semifinals, I guess. No.
Actually, whoever wins Germany versus England is going to face the winner of Sweden versus Ukraine.
Ukraine. Yeah, that's
So that's in a number of people's opinion, that might just be a hall pass to enter the semifinals.
finals. Yeah, exactly. So,
It's not a hall pass. Do not look down on the Swedish team or even Ukraine. They're playing really well. Yarmolenko
That
has
is-
been performing really well on my fantasy team, so do not doubt him.
Of course.
And even
And so
Forsberg.
that's our next game, right? That's our next game to talk about, right?
Yeah, Sweden, Ukraine.
yeah. Before going
Yeah,
there,
one
I
of
want
my-
a prediction from all of you because I know I will be in a lot of trouble here, but I want some leverage for the next conversation that we'll have after this.
Dude,
I want a
England,
prediction from
England. I don't know the goals, but England will win.
England will win.
I'm going to
You're
put
going with your
myself on
heart
the
right
ledge
now?
here. I'm gonna put myself on the ledge, on the edge of a cliff right now, and say that England are going to win a penalty shootout.
Okay, come on. England in a penalty shootout against Germany. Are you kidding me?
Which is where all the good money is there to be won, right? Nobody's going to bet that, and you're going to win 10-1 or 20-1 on that.
Okay. No, I am going with a very low scoring game, probably 2-1 or something for Germany.
Okay, there you have it, guys. England 2, Germany 1. Let's see what happens on Tuesday
Germany
night.
won now.
Yeah, 2 guys to 1,
Germany
man.
to England
There's
won.
3 people over here. If you can't
Oh,
count,
okay,
not my fault, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, now just
okay, in that manner.
yeah. Stop thinking that Sweden and Ukraine is a meaningless game and thinking of the
No,
semifinals.
I am not doing that. No, I just thought you said you took my words 2-1 to win as 2 for England and 1 for Germany. So because
Sweden
it is
and
in
Ukraine.
People predicting for England, man.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay, anyway. Continue.
Sweden and Ukraine, the two countries and 2 people you do not like. Tell me what's going to happen.
Sweden.
That's it.
3-0. Nothing more to say.
Okay, so a little context to this. I do believe Sweden will win, but a little context to this. Typically, when one of the legendary players is appointed as a national team manager, that's not worked out very well. But in the case of Ukraine, Shevchenko has done a fantastic job to get them this far. They were nowhere. They were in the wilderness, and he's managed to get them to qualify for this tournament. And they've made a decent account of themselves. They didn't play the last game really well, but they've given a really decent account of themselves. They have some good players, like you mentioned, Yarmolenko. Then there's Malinovsky from Atalanta, who's a really exciting talent. They have Zinchenko from Manchester City. Zinchenko was shifted to a left wing back role instead of a left winger role that he was playing, and this was a good tactical move that was made by Shevchenko. He immediately became more effective. So Ukraine are not a team to be written off. Speaking for Sweden, of course, there's Emil Forsberg. He is out and out the star. But one player that has been performing really well and hasn't got a goal so far is this 21-year-old guy called Alexander Isak. He is a person to watch out for. He is supposed to be the next Zlatan. And, I think he's going to be better than Zlatan if he can live up to that potential. There are goals for him. And probably Ukraine is the team that he needs to find that, he needs to wear those scoring boots and get out there.
He's got that extra gear. He's got another gear in him that Zlatan never had. And he seems exciting and promising. And I think this game, out of the entire round of 16, could be the one which is free flowing and a lot of goals coming in this. So it's going to be an interesting. So predictions, I think Sujay is leaning towards the Ukrainian side or Swedish side. Oh, sorry, you said Sweden, right? Sometimes I don't pay attention to you, dude. Like, because I think like whatever you say sometimes it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, it's okay. I know, you just remember one thing. Germany, anti-Portugal, anti-Ronaldo. You have an agenda against me, man. I'm putting it out in the open. This guy has an agenda.
So,
Call me a troublemaker.
Prediction,
imagine
man.
agendas against you everywhere.
Everyone's got an agenda,
Yeah,
dude.
there are a lot.
So predictions. What do you guys think?
I'm going for a Sweden win, but it's going to be a high-scoring game, probably a 4-2 or a 5-2 kind of score line.
Nothing?
3-0.
3-0. That's it.
No,
There
I
you have
was
it.
waiting for your prediction. See, the thing is that with regard to Sweden versus Ukraine, right? Yeah, Shevchenko has done a very good job. But the thing is that this Swedish team, it was one of their. Who did they play the second game against? I think they played Denmark. When I was at second game, right? The way we're in the Swedish team, as a team, they were performing. And I watched Ukraine versus Austria also. It's based on these two games. I mean, the performances that I'm seeing. I mean, Ukraine as a unit, definitely they are desperate. It's not that they're just.
Sorry, can I just cut you off? Sweden never played Denmark, man. Sweden weren't even in
Well,
the
with Spain, Croatia, and Poland.
Yeah, Sweden played Slovakia in
Sweden,
the second
Poland.
game.
Sorry,
Sweden,
Spain,
Poland,
Slovakia,
Poland, I guess.
and Poland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Poland
so
was
Sweden
the third
managed
game.
to
Where they
Poland-
won
Sweden,
3-2.
Slovakia, I guess. Sweden,
Yeah,
Slovakia.
last breath. Yeah.
No. It was not Sweden, Slovakia. Slovakia, Sweden, I saw that. I mean, like, they scored in the dying minutes, the third goal. Who did
No. 1
Sweden
second.
play the
Sorry.
second game?
Guys, we just have to cut you off one moment. This is why we call you a troublemaker. This is why you need to know your information. Sweden, Slovakia landed up as 1-0.
Second game.
That was the second game. The
The
third
second game.
game
Exactly.
was Sweden, Poland,
Poland,
which was
Sweden.
3-2. In the last minute,
Yeah, exactly.
dying-
3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The second half. Yeah, exactly. That is when Sweden took the pedal off the gas, and that is when Poland had half a. Yeah, exactly. So that is when they had half a game in this entire tournament. But that Swedish team, right? They are a very well-oiled machine. Please let me put this in. Put this.
No, but Sujay, here's a stat to throw at you. When they scored the goal against Slovakia, which incidentally was a penalty, it was the first goal that Sweden had scored in over 360 minutes of Euro action. Qualifiers plus group stage. They had a 0-0 draw with Spain, plus they hadn't scored goals for 3.5 games before that. So, they are not a free-flowing side that way. And which is why they need players like Forsberg, Klaassen, Isak to be scoring. And this is probably a good game for them to find form. Ukraine have already reached that stage of overachievement. So this is probably a good game for Sweden to find form, but they have not been a free-flowing team at all.
No, I'm not talking that they are a free-flowing unit or anything. I'm just saying that they are the way wherein. And it's just like I said, I saw the team play the game, and this is just my instant talking. Okay, I'm not putting 1+1, and I'm not compiling data, and I'm not talking like that. I'm just saying that this is what my instinct is telling me, that Sweden will hit the next gear in this game against Ukraine, and I think this is not a game that Ukraine will be once again enjoying this moment much more than what Sweden. I think Sweden has a lot more to lose in this game, and I think Sweden will be winning this comfortably. 3-0. I will go with once again.
Okay, sure. So we've got Sweden to take this. And guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. We've got lots more in store. We've got Anirudh coming across in many other videos also in the future. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. from Love of the Game, see you guys next time.